Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. We certainly hope you're having a good Sunday morning and had a wonderful Thanksgiving break with friends and family and people that love you. And, of course, lots of good food. That's the biggest part of it. Today on the show, maybe a little bit of a brief show because Kendall and I are anxious to get back to our loved ones as well. But we do have some stuff for you. We're going to visit the Kennard Culinary School in the second part of a report we brought you last week. Also, we've asked some of our viewers and readers to chime in with some of their favorite dishes and different things they're thankful for Thanksgiving. And we're also going to be talking to the president of the Houston County chapter of Turning Point USA, who also happens to be Kendall Hickson. Good morning.
Good morning.
How was your Thanksgiving? Did you have a good time?
It was so good, good.
Now, you told me, I remember you telling me you're not a big turkey fan for Thanksgiving. You like, was it anchovy casserole?
Oh, come on.
You cook that yourself?
Heck no.
Now, let me ask you a question. What are you most thankful for this year?
I guess it's like, and always everybody kind of says this answer, but it's definitely my family. They're like my rock. They're always there for me. So definitely my family.
Yeah. Well, just, life itself and being alive. And a couple years ago, I had to make a choice. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a dark subject for a post-Thanksgiving podcast, perhaps, but I had to choose between a leg and my life.
Oh, gosh.
Which is a tough choice. Mm-hmm. And at the time, I thought, well, I don't care, because one is as bad as losing the other. It turns out that's not true. Being alive is great. I mean, you get to, go to Denny's, wear a hat, do whatever you want to do. Think about all the people. I mean, in order for us to be here, 10,000 generations had to, survive and thrive and procreate, and here we are, and there's probably millions more people who were never born than the people who were born. You ever
think about so true.
Now, are you a Black Friday? Do you do the big Black Friday thing?
I normally don't, but this year I think I am because like Christmas presents and stuff. So I was like, well, I might as well take that chance,
Now, when I was your age, back in the dark ages, back in the horse and buggy days, I remember Crockett. When I grew up, the population was 7. That's how old I am. Yeah, it's been a while back.
Wow.
We used to have these things that you kids haven't probably ever heard of. We called them shopping malls.
Oh.
Yeah, and so I used to adore Black Friday. I didn't really ever buy anything, but I would get up early, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh.
Because they open generally at 4 or 5.
I did not know that.
Oh, yes. And you would go down to the big shopping mall, and they'd have free cocoa and Santa for the kids. All the stores would be decked out. Mm-hmm. There'd always be a lot of suburban moms fighting over kids' clothes and people, carrying out televisions or whatever, hopefully paid for. I didn't ask. But it's hard to find a fun Black Friday anymore. It's more commercial now. It's more online. I know a lot of the stores do all of that. Now, have you guys decorated? Because, there's this big thing. Mm-hmm. When exactly are you allowed to officially decorate for Christmas? So when I grew up, it was always the weekend after Thanksgiving. If you chose, go ahead. Anything before that was... But in Crockett, of course, the Christmas in Crockett a week before and all the lights downtown and everything... I've already seen Santas and lights even before Christmas in Crockett.
Yes, it is for us, I like to do it normally the day right after Thanksgiving because I feel like Thanksgiving's a little underlooked every now and then.
I think you're right. No, I think that's actually a good point. Yeah, give Thanksgiving its due, and then you go, okay, bring out the lights.
Yes.
I definitely agree with that. Well, we have got a lot to talk about today, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Miss Kendall Hickson with a couple special reports. Kendall, go ahead.
Yes, so, Greg, I saw that last week you highlighted 2 Kennard seniors at their school culinary program. This week, let's meet some of the other kids in the program and the teacher behind it all.
Now, I would think a job like this would either make you love food that much more or absolutely hate it. Go home and say, we're ordering pizza. I'm not touching a dish or a...
Well, if you talk to my husband, he will tell you that I cook for everybody except him. Without, now I need one this. Okay, we cannot put anything else in that oven. Yeah. It is packed. This is my 32nd year.
32nd year. And what all subjects have you taught?
So I have taught a computer class with all ages. Well, pre-K through 6th grade. I've taught 2nd grade. I've taught 5th and 6th grade. 7th and 8th grade. Exactly.
Kind of worked your way up the...
Yes. Then I was school counselor for about 12 years.
Right.
And then this position came open, and I thought, man, this is the time that we had just had our first grandson.
Yeah.
And I thought, man, I want my summers off. Our school counselor works year round.
Right.
So I'd not had a summer off in about 12 years. And I said, I want my summers off. So I asked, hey, can I switch? And they said, is that really what you want? I said, yes, it's definitely what I want. So this is my 3rd year.
A little bit about your first year of high school.
It's going good so far. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't make sure you don't talk too long now and give me too long of an answer. Just keep those answers short.
Yes, sir.
That was a joke.
It's hard for sure. It's a lot harder than junior high was.
What's been harder? Just the classes or the stress?
The classes, the schedule, the stress.
Yeah. Well, how is the culinary program? How have you been doing in that?
It's good. I've been in it since last year, so I've gotten pretty used to it.
And what kind of stuff have you learned?
Just like little tricks here and there.
Okay. And Haley, what about you? What's the biggest thing you've learned now in culinary class?
I've learned to work with other people in the kitchen.
Oh, okay, that's pretty good. Have you gone home and bugged your family and gone like, no, that's not the way you do it. You're supposed to do it like this.
No.
You're already nodding.
If as long as they're doing what they're supposed to, I really don't think that there should be a certain way. Like when you use a measuring cup or something and they do a different tactic to put it in there. Just as long as you do it correctly and you get it done right.
First year, it's much harder than middle school. I got told it would be easier, but it's not really the same for me, I guess.
Right.
I'm doing pretty good in my classes.
We kind of learn like multiple recipes and multiple ways to do different things. Like we can learn multiple ways how to make a cupcake, or we try new recipes, try new things, and most of it turns out pretty good.
The overall goal is for every culinary student to graduate with their Serve Safe Food Handlers certification.
Right.
So that gives them an edge that they could find a job in college.
Right.
And if I was, and this is how I explain it to them, if I was the employer and I had one student, I owned a restaurant, one student came to me with 4 years of culinary and their food handler certification, rather than just one that walks in, it's a no-brainer which one I'm going to hire.
For sure.
So
For sure.
hopefully it gives them an edge to maybe even make a little bit more money
Right.
than someone without those certifications.
How has the culinary class been for you this year?
It's been pretty good.
Yeah? What all have you learned in there?
We just learned how we basically just like look up recipes and we just like cook basically.
Yeah.
The basic class before you start cooking.
Right.
That's what I was in last year. So
This is your first real kind of hands-on...
Yeah. But really not my really first hands because I've been cooking for a while. And now since it's Thanksgiving, I feel like I should, add this in here. Because last year I cooked the whole Christmas and the whole Thanksgiving for all my family.
All by yourself?
All by myself.
No, you didn't. So...
Yes, I did.
So this is pretty old hat to you. I got this.
this is
You're used to
really-
cooking for 50 people or whatever.
I would say around probably like 25. It was just really like immediate family,
That's pretty good, though.
I made homemade dressing, chicken and dressing. I made chicken and dumplings, candied yams, cornbread, and then I made fried cabbage with a turkey leg in it. And then I made peach cobbler, banana pudding, and then a sweet potato pie homemade.
Well, when you finish high school, if you need a job, my wife and I'd be happy to have you.
Okay, that would be great.
I would imagine a course like this would, though, help certain students kind of come out of their shell, find themselves, gain confidence. Have you seen that?
Definitely. Something just happens when people eat together. There's friendships, there's bonds. That's one reason. Another reason that I love it. And we definitely cook, but we do sit down in here and we eat together.
Right.
Try to. Sometimes it's just a 1 hour course. It may be a 2-day span, but something just happens when people eat together. So that's really neat to watch.
I wasn't much of a cooker before I joined this class. I really just joined for the food.
Honesty at last.
Yes. But it's really fun because now I get to help my mom in the kitchen and stuff. And I know a bunch of recipes. Yeah. She doesn't have to be the only one cooking.
I thought about cooking more because the whole reason I want to do it, so I can cook for my family and stuff.
Are you going to be the next Gordon Ramsay after high school? What are your plans?
Honestly, that's kind of a good one because my dream is to be a chef. When I was little, I always said that I wanted to be a pastry chef. That was just something that I stuck with for a really long time. But as I experienced cooking more savory foods more than sweet, then I really decided that I want to be just a chef.
Just chef, make anything.
Yeah, just make in and everything.
All right.
And I want to open up my own restaurant called Jada's Soul Food.
But I have found that it's more peers. Peer helping peer.
Okay.
Because they're more comfortable with their peers.
Right.
In high school, a freshman and a senior is a world of difference.
Sure.
To adults, 4 years is nothing, but to high school, it's a generation almost.
Yeah.
So really, it's more peers to peers, and you can definitely tell what student has been in the kitchen, helping grandma, aunt, mom, whoever, and what student has never.
Right. Sure.
And so they kind of blend together and help each other. And honestly, not trying to work myself out of a job, but they teach each other so much.
Right. And with kids so isolated these days with technology, that's got to be nice to see them kind of melded.
The best thing, and I may be criticized for this, but I won't on the education side. The best thing that our senators, congressmen, our politicians have done in a long time is to literally outlaw cell phones in the school.
Yeah.
And at first, I hated that idea. I was honestly just a smart aleck because my response to that was, well, we need to take the microwaves out of the teacher's lounge because we don't want modern technology. That was my first response. And I have eaten those words because I've seen my kids are completely different this year. It's like they're free. I had a kid the other day, not connected to culinary, but they had some spare time. He was making a paper airplane. I haven't seen, in 32 years, I haven't seen a kid make a paper airplane. And I asked him, I said, baby, what are you doing? He said, I'm selling these, Miss Gladden, for $1 a piece. I said, oh my God.
They'll bring spit wads back before you know it.
Oh, I hope not.
Well, as we mentioned, Houston County now has its own official Turning Point USA chapter. And of course, this is the organization started by the, legendary Charlie Kirk.
Yes.
And you are the president. Now, I remember your mom came in and told us the meeting was coming up. How did this get started?
So I gotta give it to my mom's best friend, Mary Diefenbach. She kind of started it. I really didn't know that there was a turning point thing. I had known about all the other things. And so she kind of saw it and stuff. And then I got super interested in it. And I was like, oh my gosh, that would be so cool. Yeah. And so then we set in our papers and all that kind of stuff. And next thing you know, here we are.
Well, I don't think there's a turning point. And I think your mom and I discussed this for way, way far away. There can't be another one until, Tyler or Huntsville or somewhere. Who knows?
I have no idea.
Long way. Now, what you know about Turning Point USA, what is the Houston County chapter going to do? What are kind of the priorities?
So I guess it's more of a youth organization. So it's trying to get more of the youth in Houston County more aware of their government and all of the upcoming things that I feel like a lot of people don't know about anymore. So it's kind of like, this is behind the scenes. This is what's really happening kind of thing.
I would be thrilled if high school age kids would read my long stories about council meetings. That'd be amazing. It's not just me writing it and me reading it and no one else. So you might even, so you're actually part of the national organization.
Yes, sir, I am.
So could we get Tucker Carlson to come and be on the podcast, or Candace Owens, or one of those?
Maybe.
Could you work on that now that you're president?
Yes.
Now, yeah, we had your mom on, and we talked about it in the podcast a couple weeks ago. We had it in the newspaper, and as always, anytime you do an event, we do little debates when there's political candidates, and I tell the wife, I go, nobody's going to come. Nobody's going to come. It's just going to be me and the two guys running for sheriff in an empty room, echoing off into nowhere. But you guys had a great turnout, didn't you?
Yes. So I personally was expecting maybe 10 people to come, but we had 44 in total.
That's great.
So I was so excited, but it did make me feel like I had to be more professional. And I was like, oh, this is how you do this, guys.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you remember when we started this podcast a couple months ago, it's just kind of you and me in a little room.
Yes.
But then when people come up to you on the street and go, hey, I saw you on your podcast, you think, oh man, I got to start trying harder and make that better. And how now, brown cow? But a little more professional. So at that meeting, what went on at the meeting, basically?
So for the first meeting, it was more of an introduction to what Turning Point USA is. And so we did a little slideshow. We introduced all the officers. And so myself, I'm the president. And then I have my brother, Caleb Hickson, is the treasurer. Okay. And then there is Sophie Diefenbach, and she's our secretary, I believe. Or it's Caleb and Sophie might be switched around. I don't know. All right. The vice president is Sam Diefenbach.
Now, so this is a youth-led thing. What's next? When's the next meeting? What's the next activity?
I believe the next meeting is December 16th, and we don't have an exact time or location yet. But then, like I said, that's more of a further up thing. So we have to figure out what our next subject is going to be. And once we get to that part, I'm sure we can talk about it more.
Well, I'd be more than happy to let y'all use our little podcast room, but it ain't going to fit 44 people. It barely fits 4. Well, last question, Kendall. What was the reaction from the people, the 40 some odd people that came there? What were their comments and feedback back to y'all?
They were all so excited to be able to have the opportunity to come, and that we're starting this organization because it is so important for all the youth to know. And that in general, it was all super happy, good responses.
Now, if we want to get in touch with y'all or find out more information, is there a Facebook page? Is there somewhere we can go and get that?
Yes, sir. There's a Facebook page, and it's called, I believe, the Houston County Turning Point USA chapter.
Well, congratulations, President.
Thank you.
Very proud of you for that. And what a great thing for our area. And so if you have some youth, are there any age restrictions as far as that goes?
No, sir.
So anybody under 18, I suppose, or even adults?
Anyone can come, really.
Anybody can come. Mm-hmm. That's a great thing. And a great way to honor a man like Charlie Kirk, obviously, and the thing he did. What better organization to get young people involved in politics, in, I won't say religion necessarily, but spirituality, certainly, this appreciation for the role God plays in our country. So congratulations. That's amazing.
Thank you.
The only thing that has happened since the last time that we met with here at the Commissioners Court was we polled everyone that was very interested in serving, and realizing that it would be better to have the 5 members that are will be the temporary groundwater conservation district members be the permanent for the optics to the county and also going forward. And also they realize now that it's counting the temporary could be as much as a 5-year commitment if you start right now on the election process. And for a couple of our members, they were not aware that it was going to actually take that much and ask for a name to be removed. So the slate that we'd like to bring before you, and to remind you again, the 5 population districts we came up with were basically, since your county lines were already drawn, we used the commissioners' 4 precincts and outlined the city of Crockett for the 5th one. And that was proposed to be represented by Chuck Cunningham. And then the other 4 districts were Randy Pardon, who's here with us now, Dwayne High, who's with us now, and Craig Broxson, and Daryl Bobbitt, and Miss somebody. Is that 5? Okay. Those were the ones that have agreed that they would be the temporary board and would also be willing to run for the full board. And with the resolution that you passed, that would give us the opportunity to take this to TCEQ, which we've already had some conversations with, and we feel like there's a really good chance that we can move forward with and hopefully have this on the May election.
To discuss and consider approving a resolution to support a petition to the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality for creation of a groundwater conservation district for Houston County.
I move for adoption of the resolution, Judge.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt this resolution. Any discussion on this motion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
We asked our readers and viewers to chime in about the Thanksgiving holiday and asked 2 questions. What are you most thankful for, and their favorite dish, and who makes it the best? Let's take a look at some of your responses.
If you're missing Houston County news, you're missing a lot.
Well, so Kendall, it is officially the Christmas season now. There's no denying it. And obviously, I know your family, my family, we're the reason for the season, as they kind of call it, is very important to both of us. But as far as it goes, you open presents Christmas Eve or Christmas morning? What's kind of the tradition?
We open them Christmas morning. So whenever we were like all really, really little.
And couldn't wait?
Yes, couldn't wait. We would get up at literally like at 3 a.m. And my mom and dad finally were like, okay, we can't do this anymore. So then they set a rule in our household where we cannot get up until we see the first light of dawn. So, which is really smart now that I think about it. So we open presents Christmas morning whenever we see the first light of sun.
Yeah, when I was a kid, we couldn't wait either. And so Santa Claus would leave a candy cane under our pillow if he'd come, right?
Yes.
And it wasn't like one of those, it's one of those kind of big stick ones that you couldn't miss. So, oh my gosh, I was probably 8, maybe. My sister was 5, I guess. 9 and 6, something like that. And so I woke up and I felt under my pillow, candy cane.
Oh.
Right?
Yes.
So I said, Andy, my sister Andrea, Santa came. So the parents here are sitting there, they come in. I'm ready to run to the living room, right? I had to wait for mom and dad because they had to go make sure that Santa had gone.
Oh,
you can't catch him.
Yes.
And I hear my sister crying back in the bedroom.
Oh, no.
And I thought, what's going on? No candy cane under her pillow. And I thought, well, yeah, she's a nightmare. She's like a terror on wheels. Of course she goes. It's lucky she gets coal in the stocking. Well, to keep us away from Santa, we slept in the same bed Christmas Eve. Somehow I accidentally, when I was feeling for my cane, I grabbed hers by accident.
Oh my gosh.
So mom had to, get that fixed. And Everybody, to rest, and everybody had a nice Christmas.
You were just trying to steal your sister's Christmas.
That's what she said, but I really wasn't. I don't think I was. I don't think I was that big of a jerk even all the way back then. Well, thank you all for watching and being with us this week and every week, and we'll see you next Sunday morning for another edition of Houston County News. God bless you.